Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this Monday, April 13th. I'm Grant Olson. Here are some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Detectives are investigating after a human body was found in Crab Creek in southwestern Grant County. The North Central Educational Service District announced today that it intends to open a new school in Moses Lake this year for students with complex behavioral, emotional, and mental health needs. Much cooler weather with rain showers over the next couple of days with warmer temperatures by the weekend. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. A Chelan County Sheriff's Office sergeant and deputy are the latest to file tort claims against their employer, claiming a continuous pattern of retaliation, harassment, and hostile work environment. Sergeant Lee Risden and Deputy Cole Siriano filed their tort claims through the same law firm, Arnold, Jacobowitz, and Alvarado. That was on April 2nd, asking for $10 million each in damages. They both claim that after supporting Morrison's predecessor, Brian Burnett, they were subjected to retaliation for their political support during the 2021 election. Tort claims are often precursors to a lawsuit if the county rejects the claim. Their complaints are similar to those made by 4 other deputies now suing the department in federal court over alleged violations by Morrison and Burnett of their First Amendment rights. President Donald Trump approved federal funding for several counties and tribal communities in Washington state following the disastrous December floods. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, announced on Saturday that federal funding is available to affected Chelan County individuals. In January, Governor Bob Ferguson requested over $21 million to help those affected by the floods, but FEMA did not specify how much money the state will receive. With the approval, the Internal Revenue Service said that affected individuals and businesses will now have until May 1st to file returns and pay any taxes originally due during this period. For more information on how to apply for disaster assistance, visit the NCWLIFE website. Detectives are investigating after a human body was found in Crab Creek in southwestern Grant County. The discovery was made on Saturday evening by a kayaker navigating the creek east of Beverly. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says a team of deputies and firefighters from local departments was able to recover the body on Sunday after using a drone to pinpoint its location. The operation took the better part of a day. Grant County Coroner Craig Morrison took charge of the body. Police said the person's identity and cause of death have not yet been established. Anyone with information is asked to call the sheriff's office to speak to a detective. The Chelan County Natural Resources Agency is offering its first boat inspections of the season this weekend in an attempt to keep invasive aquatic species out of Lake Chelan. The program, which is in its 4th year, aims to keep milfoil and quagga mussels, zebra mussels, and golden mussels out of the lake to prevent irreversible damage to the local ecosystem. The inspections will begin this Thursday, April 16th, and run through the 19th at Mill Bay Marina. After boaters complete an inspection and survey, they're offered a sticker that reflects where they've used their boats. The county says stickers handed out last year are good for this year, though boaters can expect an initial full inspection to begin in the 2026 season. When we come back, the Washington Department of Transportation is considering improvements to a 2-mile stretch of Highway 97A outside of Chelan for bike and pedestrian safety. And Wenatchee's biggest ski area is reaching out to help one of its smaller siblings. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
A new video game, a movie, dinner with friends. There are a lot of things worth saving up for. Vapes aren't cheap, and buying pods over and over can stop you from affording things you want more. When it comes to your money, choose what matters. Choose you.
When life gets stressful, jumping into your passions can help you find your calm. Avoid vapes, which contain nicotine and can make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. When it comes to your mental health, choose what matters. Choose you.
Click It RV Moses Lake Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it. Or come to the Moses Lake Superstore. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes, the huge RV discount prices are here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee only at Click It RV Moses Lake or clickitrv.com.
Be a winner like me and get the Click It RV.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
The Washington Department of Transportation is considering improvements to a 2-mile stretch of Highway 97A outside of Chelan for bike and pedestrian safety. The project is being eyed for late 2026 or early 2027 and includes the addition of a 10-foot shared use path to connect the Lakeside Park area to Highway 971 South Lakeshore Road. Improvements to the roadway would also include curbing and safety features on the north side of the road and changes to the travel lanes to improve multimodal access. The department says it targeted the 2-mile stretch due to collisions and increased traffic volumes. The project is open for public comment right now. If approved, it would cost an estimated $600,000. The North Central Educational Service District announced today that it intends to open a new school in Moses Lake this year for students with complex behavioral, emotional, and mental health needs. The Bridge Therapeutic Day School is designed to support students who require more intensive and coordinated educational support than a traditional school setting can provide. Each student will have an individualized transition plan to help them return to their home school when they're ready. The NCESD is accepting referrals this spring for Grant County students to begin attending the Bridge School beginning in the fall. Interested parents can contact their home school district's special education department where referrals will be made. Wenatchee's biggest ski area is reaching out to help one of its smaller siblings. Mission Ridge will host a benefit dinner this Friday in support of Badger Mountain Ski Hill. That's the small slope outside Waterville that suffered hard times after the recent poor winter. Badger is operated entirely by volunteers and supported by the Waterville Lions Club, but was unable to open this season due to lack of snow. The benefit dinner takes place at 6 p.m. Friday in the Hampton Lodge at Mission Ridge. You can view the menu and make reservations at the Mission Ridge website. Coming up next, the trap shooting team of the Quincy Gun Club is celebrating a first-place finish in the Spokesman Review Inland Northwest Trap Shoot. More on that in tonight's feature story. A cold front moving through our area tomorrow will bring rain showers with heavy mountain snow and much cooler temperatures. I'll have all your local weather details. And in sports, Cade Calvin will have highlights of his game of the week plus varsity scores from around the area. All that and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues after these messages.
High school sports is back. Join us all spring for live coverage of Wenatchee and Eastmont soccer, baseball, and softball. Brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Coverage also sponsored by Global Car Care, the Hollander Golf and Grill, Apple Valley Honda, Sangster Motors, Valley Tractor, Save Mart, Caldwell Banker, Biosports Physical Therapy, and Dick's Heating and Air. Your home for high school sports, as always, is the NCWLIFE channel.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCWLIFE and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
The trap shooting team of the Quincy Gun Club is celebrating a first-place finish in the Spokesman Review Inland Northwest Trap Shoot. The competition, now in its 108th year, is possibly the longest-running trap shoot in the nation. The last time the Quincy team finished first in the competition was 1988. In tonight's feature story, we visited the range and spoke with its members, including Chaz Weberly, who was the overall top shooter of the competition.
So the official name is the Quincy American Legion Gun Club. So yeah, actually a lot of history for just this club in general. So from what I understand, the American Legion owned this back around World War II, and it was actually machine gunning and a target range, you know, for the U.S. infantrymen coming in and, you know, going to war basically. So they would shoot up the hillside. There's actually some old target, you know, equipment up there for setting up targets back in the day, and they would, you know, get their training in. And when the use for this facility was all done and gone, they ended up just donating it to the city of Quincy, basically, and commissioned a gun club out here. And so I've been shooting, yeah, with Quincy crew for 15 years.
I came up to a meeting. I've been a member up here for 15, 18 years now. I like to shoot rifles, pistols, shotguns. I came up to a meeting and then kind of ended up working into a board position. Didn't really ask for it, but ended up in a board position. It worked out pretty good because I can come up, help, and do what I can. Clean up, you know, scrape the yard, spray weeds, stuff like that.
With American Trap, there's this kind of semicircular, you know, quarter circle pattern, and there's 5 stations, and so depending on what yardage you're shooting at, you stand on one of the stations and you'll shoot 5 rounds. You move to the next station, you'll shoot 5 rounds, move to the next station, and so on and so forth. So each one of these stations kind of gives you a little bit of a different angle. So it makes a big difference to what position you're at. So you'll generally know which way the birds are going to go, you know, in a general direction, but it's always going to have that randomness because the trap is constantly moving back and forth. And whenever the moment you yell that pull, where that trap arm is going to be, that's where it's going to throw. So you got to be anticipating that bird could be anywhere within that kind of space in time. The Spokesman Review Inland Northwest Telegraphic Trap Shooting Competition. Apparently, from what the editors over at the Spokesman Review paper tell me, it's the longest running sporting clays, you know, trap shooting competition in the United States. It's been going on for over 110 years. Yeah, it's amazing. They call it the telegraphic shoot because they're paying homage to back in the day, you know, before, you know, modern telephones and all that type of stuff. It was a really big deal. The Spokesman Review newspaper would put together a grand competition for all of the clubs from Wenatchee to western Montana, you know, and all over the inland northwest, you know, the Columbia Basin, eastern part of the state, you know, and Idaho clubs. And so the top winners, you know, would get trophies, and all of your scores would go in the newspaper, and each club would have to telegraph their scores into the Spokesman Review paper. So that's why they called it the telegraphic, excuse me. And yeah, it was a big deal. I mean, many articles, you know, back then, a lot of bragging rights, you know, for all these small towns around, you know, competing with one another, and, oh, how's this town doing versus this town, you know. So it it was big news, you know, around the water cooler and people talking about it and stuff. So it was a big deal.
Got into it, got some friends and told them, hey, let's go trap shoot. And that one friend led to another and another. And yeah, we had 20, I think we had actually up to 29 guys up here on a Sunday shooting. Word of mouth. And then once you kind of do it, it really becomes kind of addictive and fun. And you want to be better and competitive. It's kind of like golf, similar, I say. You can shoot better, you can shoot bad. It's, you know, ups and downs with it. So
it's basically the top 4 scores for each shooter. So if you've got 20 guys that show up, so the top 4 scorers, so your perfect score in American Trap is 25. So, you know, whoever those top 4 guys are that get their score closest to 25, their names will go into the newspaper that week, and then they get submitted as far as the team's overall score. In many years, you know, we'd get 6th or 7th place, you know, if we were lucky, you know, kind of thing, and just kind of hold it together, but still had a ton of fun. You know, it's just fun being out here with the guys and hearing all the stories of the glory days, you know, back in the day. And this year it was just a big turnaround. You know, all of a sudden we got a whole bunch more interest in it. You know, Riley, he got on the board of directors with the club. We got a lot of people from the west side as well too. You know, people that are working on the Microsoft project and various industrial, you know, jobs out here in the Quincy Valley, and they started signing up for brand new memberships and getting some interest, and all of a sudden 5 guys turned into 15 or 20 guys showing up every Sunday.
It's very reasonable price for a year, $50 for a year, $65 for a family, and it's a great time. I mean, and everybody's welcome. You don't have to be a member to come up and shoot trap either. You can come up and shoot, see if you like it. If not, no big deal. Just come up and have fun. But yeah, the camaraderie is great, and it turns into a real competitive deal, just like golf. I mean, you want to beat your buddy or your friends or who you're playing with, and that's essentially the same thing here. Is the kind of way I look at it. So.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic start to this week. Not a bad weekend. Picked up a little rain Saturday. Pretty decent yesterday. And today a lot like yesterday with the mix of clouds and sun out there. Boy, it made for a beautiful shot though. This is our Billy Goat Tower camera looking up at the Methow Valley area. You can see Pateros in your screen. Also Brewster right here. I was up a little bit farther over the weekend, up in Omak over the weekend. And boy, things just beautiful up in that country, just like they are right here. Spring is such a great time here in North Central Washington, but Mother Nature not done with winter quite yet, especially in the Cascades. Look what we expect as we get into tomorrow and Wednesday. Mountain snow. In fact, we're not messing around with this one either, at least yet. There's no warnings yet, but the Weather Service will probably put a weather advisory in place tomorrow where Stevens Pass could see about 12 to 13 inches of snow. Snoqualmie also a good chunk of snow. I wouldn't doubt to see that Blewett would pick up some of that too. We're talking the time frame early afternoon Tuesday into about the same time frame on Wednesday. So if you were traveling west, you might want to think twice about those plans late in the day on Tuesday. Boy, it's going to be a slick one out there. Back here at home today, our unofficial high temperature reached 65 degrees. Not a bad one. 61 is our normal high for this time of year, and our record was set back in 1988 at 79 degrees. Nice and warm this morning at 50 degrees, 10 degrees above where we should be for this time of year at 40. And our record low, not too many years ago, 2022, we dropped down to 28 degrees. We picked up 6/100ths of an inch of rain in that Saturday morning little shower that we picked up, but we're still a little over 6/10ths behind where we should be for moisture for this time of year. Sunrise 6:26, and the sun sets tonight for us at 7:48. Let's get you into Tuesday temperatures now, and it's going to be a big cool down as we get you into the early and middle part of the week. Only 55 for Moses Lake and Ephrata tomorrow, 54 in Quincy, and look at that, much cooler back west of the Columbia Basin, 52 in Wenatchee. Aniat, also Chelan, only 50 in Leavenworth for a high tomorrow. Lake Wenatchee, you're only going to see a high of 48 degrees. So a big cool down, and we'll show you why here in a second. Tonight we do expect most mostly cloudy skies. You can start to see the trough of low pressure just forming off the coast of British Columbia. That'll bring a steady flow of clouds in and also a cold front associated with that. That's what's going to cool us down tomorrow. Maybe even some breezy conditions on Tuesday. We'll see cloudy skies, about a 50-50 chance that we'll see rain showers. It looks like more than that here though, doesn't it? Cooler temperatures on Tuesday with highs about 15 degrees cooler, only in the low 50s. For Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies. That low moves east, but it's still bringing us some wraparound moisture and some clouds on Wednesday. A 40% chance that we could even see a flake or two of snow on Wednesday. By Thursday, mostly sunny skies. Our unseasonably cool temperatures will continue. Look at that. Highs on Thursday only near 50 degrees. We're going to see some lows around the freezing mark. And then by Friday, our weather just in time gets a lot better. Sunny skies on Friday and warmer. High temperatures right around 60 as we get back to normal then by the end of the week. And then for the upcoming weekend, kind of a mixed bag. Saturday, not bad. Mostly cloudy skies. We'll see high temperatures in the low 60s, but you can see what's coming our direction along with another cold front. Not so much on Saturday, but by the time we get into the end of the weekend, unfortunately, that low just drops south far enough to really bring us a moist southwesterly flow right here into north central Washington, and you can see that widespread rain on Sunday, mostly cloudy. Temperature-wise, though, not bad with highs Sunday in the low 60s. All right, time for your 7-day forecast now, and it's brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. 42 overnight tonight, cooler and rainy as we get you into Tuesday. 52 for our high, a 40% chance for a rain-snow mix. Snow levels about 1,400 feet late in the day on Wednesday. 48 is all for a high on Wednesday, 49 on Thursday, and then a big jump in temperature along with sunny skies on Friday, around 60 for our high. We'll stay around 60 for Saturday and Sunday, although Sunday a wet one with rain likely. That's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Cade Calvin and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Welcome back in, sports fans. Cade Calvin here in Waterville. We're going to take a look at Waterville versus Cascade baseball in KC's Game of the Week. The Shockers battled the Kodiaks in a seesaw battle Friday night. The game had pretty much everything a baseball fan could ask for: plays, drama, and momentum swings, as the two teams traded big moments all game long. However, it did not look like a close game early, with Cascade opening up a 5-0 advantage in the first inning. The Shockers responded by scoring in every inning the rest of the way, never failing to put at least one run across. 3 different Shockers went yard on the Kodiaks, including Ty Nelson, whose home run gave the home team a 6-5 advantage in the 4th inning.
I'd say we're a pretty tough team. It doesn't matter if we're down or if we're up. We're going to keep fighting throughout the whole game. That's what we did tonight, and we plan on doing it the rest of the season.
Waterville's defense was below their standards in this one, committing 6 errors that opened the door for Cascade to retake the lead late, but the Shockers kept fighting. Kyler Poff was having none of it, sending a ball to the stratosphere on a full count and igniting the Shocker dugout. The Kodiaks actually out-hit the Shockers 9-4, but Waterville Mansfield found ways to score using stolen bases and taking advantage of wild pitches.
We find different ways to score, if it's through walks, hits. It doesn't matter. We always try to find a way to score, and we try to bring the energy through the dugout and everybody else on the field.
Nelson also got the start on the bump for the Shockers, striking out 8 batters over 6 innings. The Kodiaks started Jed Stay, who struck out 1 before going to Connor Shainwald after 2 innings, and he struck out 7. We were all tied up at 8 apiece entering the bottom of the 7th when Alexander Sheridan stole home to give the Shockers the walk-off win. We asked Coach Shane Bird, who was positioned at third base, what he told Sheridan just before the big play.
Go. No. Said if there's a rundown or ball squirts, you can head home.
Bird says this comeback win speaks to the grit of his ball club.
That's actually what I just told my kids my coaches as we're walking out there. I said our kids were super resilient today. And I mean, that's not something you can teach, it's just something they have to start feeling.
And what an incredible game that was. Maybe the game of the season so far. Had a little bit of everything, but we'll keep it rolling with some scores from the area. In Saturday baseball action, Liberty Bell edges the Cle-Elum Roslyn Warriors 2 straight games. They win at 3-2 and 9-8. The Quincy Jackrabbits dominate the Toppenish Wildcats in a doubleheader, 11-1 and 10-1. And in softball, the Brewster Bears overwhelmed the Vikings in 2 straight, 23-2 and 17-1, red hot there. The Cascade Kodiaks battled Lake Roosevelt in a Saturday double. They fall in the first game 15-5, but then bounce back in a big way, winning 27-7. And in varsity soccer, Wenatchee takes down Eisenhower Friday night in a really impressive victory. They win that one 5-2. Their rival, the Eastmont Wildcats, get a 3-0 win over West Valley on Friday, and on Saturday, Brewster defeats Chelan 2-1. All right, that's a look at sports. Reporting from Waterville, Kate Calvin, NCW Life.
And finally tonight, Monday means the next edition of the Wenatchee World is on its way to your mailbox. Here's what to expect tomorrow from the Wenatchee Valley's local newspaper.
All right, in the next edition of the Wenatchee World, 2 more deputies have filed tort claims against the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. We have a profile on Appalachian Chancellor Jackie Seal, and WashDOT is planning a pedestrian/bike lane on the South Lake Shore Road in Chelan. You can read all that more at WenatcheeWorld.com.
Thanks, Pete, and that will do it for this Monday edition of the NCW Life Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.